if we were to follow the 5 big ideas, then for phonemic awareness to occur, phonemes must be made clear visually or in a tactile form to students that do not have auditory access to phonemes. Cued speech and visual phonics provide access to phonemes, heightening phonemic awareness. And as far as phonics and the alphabetic principle, letters, graphemes are not phonemes. This is very important. Fingerspelling and graphemes alone cannot teach phonics. Fingerspelling is literally a manual code of the alphabet. And so fingerspelling alone cannot provide phonemes. Pairing cued speech or visual phonics with a phonics reading program can incorporate phonics along with fingerspelling or graphemes, but it must include cued speech or visual phonics to provide access to these phonemes. So students in a kindergarten and first grade class may recite the alphabet or sing it, but they also learn the sounds corresponding to the graphemes. So likewise, deaf children can not only learn the manual alphabet or the written alphabet matched to it. They must learn the phonetic system like all children. Just as sign language seems to be the natural choice for someone that is deaf, it makes sense that a manual visual system for phonemes like visual phonics or cued speech would be used as an access tool for reading in the classroom. As for vocabulary, vocabulary must be taught explicitly or directly and implicitly in context. So for signing students, matching signs should be paired to the various meanings of the word so that students have the different example of the one word in print and how it has various meanings. New vocabulary should be visited often and practiced with, obviously. Copying definitions is not an effective way at all to teach vocabulary or to learn vocabulary. You should teach vocabulary with synonyms, modeling, examples, and non-examples so that students can better distinguish the new vocabulary that they're learning and definitions in your own words. Another approach to teaching vocabulary is organic language, which brings in whole language. And organic language is a method of allowing students to choose the words that they want to focus on to learn. So for instance, in a kindergarten or first grade class, when your students come in every morning, you could give them the opportunity to tell you the word that they want to learn that day and that they want to focus on. And it's probably going to be something like princess or prince or teacher or mom or dad or something like that. And so one of the neatest things that you can do with that is write it on a sentence strip or put it on a name tag or something, and they wear that all day long so that they see it and so that the other students see it. So they learn about their word all day long. Other students can provide feedback to them, and other students also are seeing this word both written and talked about. Comprehension can be checked quickly by asking students questions, having students sign their response, and having students produce a sentence or use the new vocabulary or concept. Fluency can be practiced by chunking signs into phrases when signing a whole sentence. I witnessed Andrea do this with her students. She would have them, after they were practicing a new sentence, she would have them decide when to scoop, just as hearing students, when they're reading, learn to scoop by phrases instead of pointing with their finger word by word by word by word and having a more broken way of speaking. We now teach our students to scoop. And so Andrea basically taught her students the same concept by chunking signs into phrases when signing a whole sentence, and it helps convey the meaning. And so students can demonstrate mastery of prosody by signing with appropriate expression and pauses by chunking. And students can also demonstrate automaticity with word recall when signing through drill word lists, which is something else that Andrea did to help build vocabulary and in this case, reading fluency. So just some of the additional recommended practices that I feel would be important in a deaf reading and instruction program. Later on, whenever students are older, say middle school and high school, Latin and other roots and stems instruction I think would be helpful for students to decode unknown words and learn the meaning behind the stems. Also organic language, like we mentioned, having a word of the day. Word walls are very important. Students need to see the language they have learned, especially since they do not have similar opportunities to see print as often as, say, a hearing student does. So it's really important for students to see words that they're learning as they're learning them written out. And so to summarize the issues to consider, access is really the most important. Deaf students need access to phonemes in some way, whether it is visually, tactilely, or through audition. They cannot just learn the graphemes or finger spelling. All 5 big ideas must be incorporated into reading instruction daily, basically according to research. Phonemic awareness and phonics instruction need to occur as early as possible in kindergarten or possibly even in early intervention one day. As with any language, instruction must be consistent, coherent, and complete. Students need to be used to a system to internalize for their educational careers and life of literacy, just as literate hearing adults use phonics daily to decode words they do not know.